if you're watching the playback, I'm just yeah. Those are your leaders. 1-2 with McLaren. Doesn't look like a miss much. Hulkenberg up to 7th. Where the hell did he? My God, how the hell did Hulkenberg get so many into that position again? I hope you're doing well, Kiefer. Of course, I'm just doing a quick update. I can know why. Minutes, don't worry. Don't worry. So yeah, what a drive by Hulkenberg, amazing. And sorry, I had to pause and mute it for like a couple of seconds because yeah, my niece came into my hotel room. Of course, if you're wondering, I'm on holiday in France. Just gonna watch, review these final few laps. Of course. I'm gonna go inside the lift. Oh my, Hulkenberg is about to get Hamilton. Crikey. Thank you, Kiefer. Of course, I don't know if Say and John will join me later. How many more laps to go? 2 more laps to go. Piastri's going to take his 5th win of the year. My God. Oh yeah, Verstappen had to give up 4th place because he took the escape road whilst trying to defend from Russell, and he also bottled 3rd place. So, oh dear, look at that. Hadjar on for more points. Gasly finally going to get points. Alonso going to have no points. Of course, we have to remember Stroll is injured with a and wrist injury. Just gonna have a sit down on this cafe table. Oh my God. My God, McLaren have just absolutely flown past Leclerc. Thank you for the like here at Crystal Racing and this very, very late race review / update because, my God, they've already done all pit stops in the heat. Just so you know, it's absolutely roasting here in France and Spain. It's like 30+ degrees at this part of the world. Most. Yeah.
Tonight, mate. Just crash it. Tonight, mate. Just crash it. They just got bit to me. You did the same. That's a penalty.
There's the result, folks. Oh, look at that. So yeah, that is the end of the race. It looks like Verstappen's getting a 10-second time penalty. Gonna look at this. So Verstappen finishes 10th because of the 10-second time penalty for colliding with George Russell, which means Piastri wins ahead of Norris, Leclerc third, Russell fourth, Hulkenberg, massive points there, fifth. My God, that's going to absolutely shove Sauber miles up the points table. What a driver Nico Hulkenberg is. And I'm going to say this about Hulkenberg. That guy, at the age of 38, he should be in a top car. I know he's been in the sport for 15 years, but my God, it's so overdue that he gets a championship contending car. I know it sounds weird because he's got no podiums or any race wins to his name, but nah, this is well overdue. Yeah, 10-second time penalty, I told you. Oh yeah, he obviously wasted his soft tyres. Oh yeah, he was stuck on the hard tyres. That's why, yes, I forgot. He used up his softs and mediums, which meant he was in a horrible position when defending against Leclerc and Russell. And of course, because he collided with Russell, the FIA, as we all know, doesn't take very kindly to like any sort of contact these days, meaning that Alonso gets 2 points for his troubles. So yeah, finally Alonso gets points on the board at Gasly after a couple of absolutely dreadful race weekends at Imola and of course Monaco. Finally saves a bit of face with 4 points on the board. Lawson doesn't get any points, don't even care. Bottas 12th. Even 10 seconds time penalty, Hamilton couldn't get in the top. Look at that, he was on the soft tyres just like almost everyone else except for Max. Bottas, I know Bottas outqualified Hulkenberg yesterday when he was 12th and Hulkenberg was 17th, but Hulkenberg from like 17th to 5th place, driver of the day by a country mile. My God, get Hulkenberg a top seat now. Tsunoda, my God, Tsunoda, oh my God, Red Bull, the whole number 2 situation of Red Bull is their problem. Is all of Christian Horner and Herbert Marco's making, in which, you know, they can't find a number two driver that can drive their second car well. Sainz, my God, Sainz is having a really, real hard time at Williams. He can't get a car working the way he wants it. Colin Pinto is horribly overrated. He needs to sod off from all I care, along with his fans who have been abusing Sargeant and Zhou for the past year or so. Ocon and Behrman, yeah, Haas have got a pretty bad car. Antonelli's car broke down and he could do nothing about his car, going straight to the gravel. I have no idea what happened to Albon. Please tell me what happened to Albon, because of course, to keep up to date. Of course, you can see the hotel building behind me. I think the biggest loser is got to be Haas. Absolutely Haas, yeah. Alex Albon retired after contact with Lawson. Okay, let's listen to the radio.
Checkered flag. What a race. What a weekend, mate. Really good. Really happy. Biggest pole of the year. And very convincing Sunday afternoon as well. Great job. Yep. When you said that based off last year, this weekend was going to be awesome, you weren't wrong. Should listen to you more often, you know, stop them. Great weekend. Yeah, couldn't have asked for more. So thank you very much, everybody. Nice way to bounce back from a little bit of a difficult one last week. And very well done. Well managed. Couldn't have done it any better myself. So well done.
Merci beaucoup. Gracias. Look at that. Oh, they came to contact halfway through the track between Max and Russell, and I think Russell got shoved off into the gravel. Hello there, Exeter. Oh, right, they've got a bit of transmission issues. Okay, fair enough, but you got to realise that the 3 race weekends Colin Pinto has returned to everyone since obviously having had to sit the first 6 races out. It's just not been very quick, has he? Nowhere near close to a Pierre Gasly, who I'm going to be very brutally honest, and I'm a Gasly fan, has not been on his best form at all, and yet he can't. I mean, I know there's question marks over Alpine's budget, whether they can actually run 2 competitive cars. So yeah, I will give Colin Pinto a benefit of the doubt, but geez, I mean, he's only on a 5-race contract, folks, and frankly, he's done nothing to suggest that he deserves an extension. Hello there, Will. Sauber ahead of Aston Martin and Alpine. Oh my god. Yeah, really embarrassing. Hamilton is now more points behind than Leclerc than Vettel was in 2019 after, what, 8 races? Yeah. Yeah, that is really bad for Hamilton. Although, of course, we have to remember, it's 40-year-old Hamilton we're talking about. Okay, that's the team celebrating. My god, Piastri has absolutely upped his game in the past few Grand Prix. Points at last for Alonso, yes, but of course, Lance Stroll could not race because he had pain in his hand and wrist, so I do wonder if in 2 weeks' time, when we go to Canada, I wonder if, what's his name? Will Felipe Drugovich finally make his F1 debut after having been, I mean, to be honest, is this now the 3rd year he's been a reserve driver? Like, I mean, he really should be going to another race series, but it does seem as if he only cares about doing F1 and nothing else. Those are your race results, just so you know. Verstappen was given a 10-second time penalty for colliding with George Russell on the penultimate lap in a battle for 4th place. That promotes Hulkenberg to Sauber and his own best result for quite a while. Yeah, Hamilton is in real trouble. Like, he just cannot get his brain around how that Ferrari works. I mean, obviously, with the safety car late on, so this does not reflect, like, the time gaps that you see from Piastri and the rest of the field. It's not reflective of the fact that McLaren are miles ahead in terms of raw pace, and everyone else is probably, you could literally triple some of the time gaps. Like, I mean, honestly, I think the likes of, well, Hulkenberg is like really more like 7/10 of a second slower at best, and then of course, you know, Gasly, Alonso's Aston Martin is definitely at least a second slower, but you know, I don't think Alonso will be too happy with this result, but I think there'll be a sense of relief for him on a personal level to finally get points on the board. Lawson, yeah, beaten by Hadjar yet again. I mean, Hadjar looks like, I don't know, could he be? I mean, the problem is, like, there's always a danger if you give Hadjar an early promotion, but it is what it is. I mean, Red Bull need a competitive second driver now, not tomorrow. Tsunoda, absolutely. I mean, he actually qualified slower around here yesterday than he did last year in a, what's it, Racing Balls, as they call it now? Yeah. Sainz is having an absolutely miserable season at Williams, and I think, yeah, real concerns at Williams over Sainz's lack of pace in general, and the fact he just doesn't seem to get his head around the Williams at all. I think Racing Bulls have got to be ahead of Aston Martin, to be honest, because Hadjar scored plenty of points. I think Aston Martin have scored 16 points in total now, with Lance Stroll leading 14 points to 2 for Alonso. I think Hadjar scored a fair few points. I mean, obviously Lawson scored a couple of points last weekend. Tsunoda also scored a few points earlier on in the season. So I think, but having said that, I think Sauber might be up to 6th or 7th place in the constructors. Like, an Alpine, I think, yeah, Alpine have surely got to be last at this point. Because, we'll see, that's now 16 points to the board for Sauber. And I think, yeah, they've leapfrogged Aston Martin on a countback, because I think Aston Martin's best result is lower than 5th. Alpine have, well, God, Alpine have got to be last at this point, and I have to say, with all the problems they've had, they kind of deserve it. Although, having said that, though, I mean, because let's face it, they've only got one car competing right now with Gasly, and the other seat is just, it looks like it's a battle between a bunch of P drivers like Dowen and Colapinto. Mick Schumacher, if Dowen and Colapinto cannot sort their act out, I think Mick Schumacher could well make his return to F1 for the first time in about 3 years come the second half of this season, because he is competing for Alpine's sports car team in the WEC series. So yeah, Lawson, my God, Lawson could well be booted out of the F1 at the end of this season. I mean, driver, this is a really hard, it's got to be Hulkenberg, hasn't it? Driver of the day has got to be Hulkenberg. Like, I mean, no offence to Piastri, but he is driving the fastest car on the grid by some margin. I think there's no debate over it. Like, yeah, Piastri's doing a great job, but McLaren should be finishing 1-2 just about every weekend. So, sorry, mate. Like, I mean, I know, like, I was trying to not compare Piastri and Norris to Damon Hill and Jack Villeneuve, but I don't know. I mean, the fact that we've seen Max Verstappen annoyed him a few times, it does seem like a flashback to the mid-90s when Schumacher was there in his Ferrari, a really bad Ferrari, by the way, being an outside contender in a horribly designed, draggy, slow Ferrari car. Oh, right, Ferrari are now second. No, Ferrari are now third in the constructors. Hello there, say. Verstappen gets his pants pulled down by Leclerc. Yeah, but that's because Verstappen was using hard tyres. And yes, I did see PSG finally winning the Champions League for the first time in their history, meaning that they have the same number of Champions League as their arch enemies, Marseille, who, of course, were drowning in their own tears last night. Yeah, absolutely 100% agree, Kiefer. Hello there, say. I hope you're doing well. Of course, I'm here outside my hotel complex. Ferrari moves to second in the UCM. Like, oh yeah, did he have like? Oh yeah, does the Agnelli family have shares in what's it? Oh yeah, it's Juventus, not Inter Milan. You almost got me there. Yeah. Wait, hang on a minute. Weren't Mercedes in second place in the constructors, or was that? I don't know. So it's got to be McLaren first, either Ferrari. No, Red Bull have surely dropped to fourth now, because obviously they only got 1 point from Verstappen. My God, I mean, thank you for 2 likes. I mean, I think I need to look at the constructor standings now. I mean, I hope they update the order for that, because that is going to be a huge matter of interest. Oh yeah, Ferrari are now second, Mercedes third, Ferrari, Red Bull fourth. Easy job for Leclerc to overtake Max. I mean, Max must be now like what? I don't know, he's now 49 points behind Piastri, and he's going to need a miracle. He's going to need Piastri to make some dreadful errors to get back in his fight. Like, that has, this week, I mean, obviously we've had, what, 8 or 9, I know we still got, what's it, 15 or 16 races to go. It was actually a 24 race calendar. Try and win. He's got to take some bold gambles now. Sorry, let me just... There will be the Max strip on the crew room. Oh yeah, Big Yorkshire's crew room series. Yes, there's going to be the Maxi Tampon racing strip area where obviously... I know what sort of jokes Josh Stoltz likes to make. Here's your race winner, folks. Chris Brown and Paul Santana. Piastri, all up fifth, this is his 5th win of the season. I'm just going to do a very quick update of the championship before I go back inside and end this stream because, yeah, it's a very hot day in Lyon. It's like 30 degrees maximum. Let's see the results and standings. Everybody watching, thank you for 2 likes and 6 people watching. Piastri is now on 186, leading his teammate by 10 points in the series, whilst 49 points is now the gap between Max and the Australian in the championship series. And 75 points also separates Piastri and Russell, and that's Ferrari's first podium at Catalonia in 8 seasons. That is, I don't know what to say, that's catastrophic, to be honest. I don't know why Ferrari really struggle around this track, mind you. It's just a horrible bogey circuit for Ferrari, because I think Ferrari really do struggle to balance, like, reducing drag and maximizing downforce on a track that has long straights and like lots of like fast flowing turns. Great job by Leclerc, only up to 5th, and he's only just over half of the points Piastri has got for the season. Hamilton, 23 points behind his teammate. Really bad season, to be honest, for the 7-time champion. Oh yeah, only Verstappen and Hamilton were competing in the championship back in 2017. Antonelli still remains 7th in the championship, but he's not scored points for 3 races now, so he's going to be a bit concerned. Albon collective losses, yeah, I know. 9th place, look at that. Rookie of the season for me, it's got to be Isaac Hadjar. Hadjar has really surprised everyone with his performances, scoring 5 times in the 9 races we've had so far. Yeah, I mean, Alonso quite lucky. Whatever mistake he made, but I think a lot of cars are struggling with tyre degradation on this track. 21 seasons with points finishes. That is an incredible achievement by a man who's going to be 44 years old next month. Ferrari got really lucky, yeah, obviously. I think you could say the same for Hamilton and Hulkenberg and Hadjar and Alonso, that what happened to Max. I mean, Max really should have just given Russell the place. Like, I understand Max is super competitive, but he should have just accepted like 5th or 6th place and be like, just come out and say, yeah, I ran out of tyres. I think we would have all understood. I don't know what I think Red Bull used up all their soft tyres when Max in qualifying to try and get him as high up, but the problem is that many didn't have many soft compounds available for the race. Oh yeah, my God, 8 years ago is the last time Alonso scored a... Oh yeah, today's the 1st of June. It's me, what a stat that is. My God, some impressive stats coming from you lot in my chat. Ocon is in 10th place. 11th place is now Hulkenberg with that huge result. And of course, looking at the very important constructor... No, oh no. Wait. Oh yeah, Ferrari are now up to second because they haven't upgraded the positions properly. 165 points for Ferrari, 152 for Mercedes. Please ignore these positions, and that means Red Bull are now down to fourth, Mercedes are third. Williams failed to score a point but remained in a very comfortable fifth place. Haas remained sixth with 26. No, they're down to seventh with 26 points. Okay, Racing Bulls are now up to sixth place, everybody, because they scored 30 points because these all the standings have not upgraded. Kick Sauber are now up to 8th place on countback because their best result is a 5th place at this race, and of course Aston's best result was a 6th place in Australia with Lance Stroll. So Aston are now down to 9th, which means, yeah, Alpine are now down to last place on 11 points. Strategy didn't work out for Bottas, so yeah, very, very unlucky for the young Brazilian there. But, you know, they got 10 points out of Hulkenberg, their lead driver, who, of course, is the one they signed to bank these big points, and he's doing exactly what they signed him up for. Of course, next year, Sauber will become the Audi factory team, so, of course, very, very, very good day for Sauber. Alpine, oh my God, Alpine need to find a buyer now. They really need to sell that team because, I mean, I think there's only so much Flavio Briatore can do at this point. That team is finished. That is like, I don't think Pierre Gasly can get another seat at another team unless, I don't know, Alonso decides to run off to retirement, Hamilton decides to retire. Because honestly, without those two retiring, Gasly is probably really, really screwed. Steak and French fries. Well, steak and French fries are now up to, let me count, 8th place in the Constructors' Championship. Looks like steak, chips and fries is the meal to have, everybody, in Switzerland, because it looks like they finally found a solution to all their problems. And their driver partnership of Hulkenberg and Bottas, despite obviously Hulkenberg scoring all 16 points so far, has been way more productive than anything Zhou and Bottas did in 2023, when, of course, I mean, those two only scored like, what was it, 10 points in total? Was it 14? I mean, they had a dreadful season. I mean, that was like, Bottas and Zhou over like 23 races. It's stupid. And yet, within just 9 races, Hulkenberg has already scored more points than Bottas and Zhou did during 2023. So yeah, that's proof of what happens when you get a real top driver in your team. Hulkenberg really does deserve not just a race-winning car, but a championship-contending car now. Like, come on, Audi/Sauber, get this guy a championship-winning car. And of course, he did win the 2015 edition of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which of course takes place somewhere up north in France, which of course will be taking place, I think, next week or the week after. Of course, he won it with Porsche, who of course withdrew their F1 entry, but look at his stats, man. Like, of course, he's now married because he's nearly 40, but no championships, no wins, no podiums, 1 pole position, the 2 fastest laps. So yeah, I mean, Racing Bulls up to 6th place, the Red Bull Junior team. My God, I mean, let's be real. I mean, in terms of raw pace, I mean, I think the Racing Bulls are almost only probably about 2/10 slower than the senior Red Bull cars. But of course, the Red Bull car is designed for Max's preference first and foremost. Look at all the titles he's won in the junior categories, like GP2, Formula 3, European Formula 3, German Formula BMW. Like, look at all the wins he took in A1 GP as well, like, which was the old World Cup for countries in motorsport. Aston replaced Alonso Hulkenberg. Yeah, well, this is the thing, like, Alonso, yeah, I know he's had a great career, but he is going to be 45 years old, and I do think maybe if Alonso does quit, I think Hulkenberg is still going to be hot property to replace certain drivers if he gets the opportunity. 9 wins in A1 GP, by the way, and of course he won that chap. Helped Germany win that series by a country mile. Sorry, let me just. Fernando Alonso, yeah, good race. Hulkenberg's first top 5 since the Italian Grand Prix of 2019. Yes, you are correct. Since I know you are a stats nerd, Will. Yep, another Mercedes problem. Yes, Oxford, I hope you're doing well. What was I going to say? Mercedes have got some real engine problems, and by the way, their engine failed in Monaco in Alonso's car. So yeah, Mercedes have got some real concerns with their power unit. But next year, of course, the power units will change in the regulations of 2026. Also predicted correctly, Antonelli would not finish, but you thought he would crash all by himself. Let's just look at. Maybe Hulkenberg should have replaced Hamilton at Ferrari. Oh, tasty. Maybe Hulkenberg should have replaced Hamilton at Ferrari. Oh. Thank you for 4 likes, everyone. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I think it's a nice sunny weekend for most people in Europe. Maybe not in Norway, but we all love John Cartier around here. But of course, I think the fact that I said I wouldn't be live is probably why he's not on the channel right now. But I think we should go to the BBC website for further news updates about what happened. My God, 5-0 PSG. That's probably the biggest, most dominant win I've seen in so many Brazil 7-1 in the 2014 World Cup semi-final. And look at that, say Cunha is. Sadly though, there have been 2 people in Paris last night after the PSG win, so oh dear. Absolute chaos broke out in Paris, in the capital city of France last night. By the way, I could hear loads of people drinking and partying near where I was last night until like 3 o'clock. Because there actually are a few plastic PSG fans living in Lyon of places. Even though Lyon used to be the Man United of France back in the 2000s with 7 league unwins between like 2001 and 2010. Now they've all, I don't know, they've all gone plastic and decided to support their enemies up north in Paris. Mind you, of course, there's like 2 clubs in Paris. What's it, Paris FC and of course Red Star Paris that are like coming through the lower league. So maybe PSG could finally get a bit of competition on their doorstep. Look at that. Leclerc was very optimistic that he could overtake Verstappen, but he saw Verstappen slap on a pair of hard compounds. Norris, my God, Norris is in trouble. His teammate is in hot form. It's squeaky bum time now for the boy from Kings Lane. Not Kings Lane, where does he come from? Is it Gloucestershire? 5 wins of the season for the Australian. I think that's now, what, 7 career wins for Piastri. So he's now, I mean, he's only 1 behind Ricciardo and he's only 2 behind Webber already after, what, 2.5 seasons of F1. And he's only 24 years old. Like, Ricciardo didn't win a race until he was 25. And of course, Webber didn't start winning until he was 32 years old. And he's only now 7 wins behind Jack Brabham, who of course is Australia's most successful F1 driver with 14 wins and 3 World Championships to his name. Although I think if Piastri does win 3 championships, he's probably going to get into like the 30, 40 plus wins margin if he gets that many championships. And of course, I think this year is certainly now Piastri's opportunity to become Australia's first world champion since Adam Jones in 1980. 45 years he could make history and become his country's only 3rd ever world champion. and of course also become only the 4th driver in F1 history after, what's their names, Astori, Giuseppe Farina, Mario Andretti, 4th driver from an Italian background to become a world champion in Formula 1. Although, of course, I know when you look at him, he doesn't look very Italian, does he? A weird thing, he doesn't even behave like an Italian would, or even like one Australian would. So laid back and quiet. Look at some of these comments on the BBC. The Hamilton fans have come for Max's neck. They're all saying he should get disqualified. Oh my word, that's crazy. That is bonkers. I'll just say. Thank you for 4 people watching. Let's look at the F1 updates. Oh, I got on board. Oh, Max getting out of Alpha. Oh dear, Max really screwed a restart with that back end slider. Easy overtake for Leclerc there. Final 6 laps. Perfect timing, because I started my stream with only 6 laps to go, by the way. Because I realised, obviously, most of the race was going to be absolutely boring. Oh, look at that. Zhou on the other 4. We were calling George Russell bin Laden, and now look at that. Max is now the nutcase of the field. Look at that, McLaren enjoying their cheese and chips. George Max and Charles fighting for position like nutcases. My God, let's have a zoom in on Lando's face. Oscar looks terrified. Lando, I beg your pardon, looks terrified. Why do I keep getting checked? Congratulations, Mr. Hulkenberg. Great result, overtaking Hamilton on the penultimate lap. Well, let's read this. Max, can you let Russell through, please? What? I was ahead. What the F? My advice is to let it through. I was ahead. That's the... Oh... Let's watch this. I'm probably going to get copyrighted for this stream anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh. Wait, that's really harsh on Max. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's a penalty. Was he? I'm not sure. Let's look at another angle, folks. That's a really strange one, to be honest. I really can't get my head around it. Is that a penalty? I mean, it looks like Max, parked. It almost looks like Max did a Michael Schumacher 1997 Jerez move. But luckily for George Russell, he saw it coming and he backed out at the right moment and minimised contact. So I think that's why he penalised Max, didn't he? Because it was a Michael Schumacher 97 Jerez move. That's why. I took 2 looks and now I understand why that's a penalty. Very lucky boy, I've got to say. Very lucky not to be disqualified, actually. Because I think that's why everyone at the BBC were like, Max should get disqualified, because I think all those fans remember what Schumacher did at the 1997 Jerez Grand Prix. Best result of the season for Nico Hulkenberg. Oh. Was Max complaining about Leclerc's overtake? That's ridiculous. Sorry, Max. What the hell are you doing? My God, Hadjar's got to be the man of the moment, hasn't he? What's that? Another points finish? Oh, let's see. What's this? Let's see what happened here. My God. What's he waving his hands at Baby like that? What's he... Oh, right. I mean, these lot... Shouldn't these lot be getting ready for England's next game against Andorra? Oh, my Lord. They found time out from their schedule to go and visit Spanish Grand Prix. Like, dude, don't we have a football match against Andorra on Friday? Looks like Thomas Tuchel is being nice to his players for once. What's this? Franco versus Ocon. Backmarker versus backmarker, eh? Overtaking. Oh, nice move there, actually. Very nice. Why are they upset? What the hell's going on with some of the people? Okay, we've seen that many times. Okay, sorry, I'm going to look at the chat. Maybe Hulkenberg should have replaced Hamilton. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, interesting. So Leclerc's got a podium everywhere, but... Yeah, so Leclerc's now got a podium at every track except for Hungary. That's an amazing stat, but yeah. How many career wins has he got now? Is it 8 or 9? Is it 10? I've got no idea. Of course, Max Verstappen, what an absolute cloud. I'm going to retweet that. No offense, look at that. This is Argentine F1 fans going bonkers again. The hell? Load! Oh my God. What the hell's going on? I can't load it, sorry. You're just going to have to go to my Twitter page to see that. Is it a Metro? I said it's like a Renault little 5 car from like the 70s or 80s or something. I don't know, I think we've got to have question marks about what's going on with Colin Pinto and of course what's going on with Alpine's business model at this point. Max Verstappen, you really are going to be... Max Verstappen is going to get his backside drilled for the next 2 weeks before we get to Canada. Another person saying you should get a black flag. Oh. Thank you for 5 likes. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, here it is. Very nice move. I'm going to walk up the stairs instead. Driver of the day. You're gonna be having a laugh.
Do you know what I might do is I might smash into somebody just to make me feel better. And some. Do you know what I might do is I might smash into somebody just to make me feel better. And some.
Max Verstappen going full Roy Keane there. Yeah. Yeah, Roxford, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Roxford, I know what you're talking about. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to end the stream because I need to go back. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.